Kia ora, Canterbury, and welcome to Canterbury Live on Wednesday the 25th of February. Well, I have to start the show with a couple of shout-outs. One is to our friend Renee, who is at home recuperating after a high heel issue yesterday, and she knows all about that. So I hope you're taking care of yourself, lovely. And also our birthday shout-out, yes, to the beautiful Emma Haynes. It is her birthday today. She's a graphic designer, so I hope you're spoilt rotten today. It's all about you. Now, home show. Yes, it happens twice a year and we're very fortunate to have some double passes to give away. It really is a one-stop shop. You know, if you find out all these great products and latest gadgets for your home, if you'd like to win a double pass, just call through to Marianne on 377033 or go to our Facebook page and message us and leave your details. Now, coming up on today's show, wow, this girl is hitting the media like nothing. Elora Hari is did a little bit of a pre-interview with me, and we're talking about, of course, the paleo diet. She's doing some wonderful things and a great role model for a lot. We head out to Rangiora Vets and meet Taku the kitten. Very cute indeed. And we meet a local businesswoman, Esther Rock, and it's about undergarments, but bringing it to your home, some revenue, maybe potentially an income from home. So I look forward to expanding more that with her. But first up, it's wonderful to invite an international guest to the couch. We have author Andrea di Robilant. Buongiorno.
Buongiorno.
Come stai?
Very nice to be on your show, Andrea.
And you to be here. Thank you very much. Now, we're talking today about your beautiful book, Chasing the Rose. Now, one thing that grabs me before I even open the page is the beautiful illustrations that you can see.
Yeah, well, that was an important part of the book. Given the topic and given the wonderful roses that are part of this narrative, I thought it was important to have beautiful illustrations. So rather than having photographs, we went for the art, and I think in the end it made for a more beautiful book.
And the illustrations are Nina Fuga?
Yes, Nina Fuga is a Venetian artist living in London.
They're stunning. So, Chasing the Rose, what inspired you to write this book?
Well, what inspired me was really coming together with this rose in a rather serendipitous and mysterious way. I found this rose in thick woodland on the Venetian mainland, and nobody seemed to know what it was, where it came from, what its name was. And so really, the book is about the quest for the identity of this beautiful, remarkable rose, which turns out to come from China a long time ago. But it's really a quest that then led me to visit beautiful gardens, meet remarkable people who know a lot about roses. So it's also a book about my own education into a world that I didn't really know much about.
Tell us about the character, Josephine Bonaparte.
Well, Josephine figures in the story because the rose comes from Paris, and it was brought by my ancestor Lucia Mocenigo, who was a very close friend of Empress Josephine in Paris. And so that's Josephine was a very important person in the world of roses in 19th century France, and so it was this friendship that caused this rose to come from Paris to Venice. And so the book is what happened before Paris and the story of the rose before that.
Apart from roses, do you love the garden?
Well, I certainly love it more now because this rose, among other things, really got me into old roses and kind of forced me into making something of the dingy little garden I had before, just so that I could give a decent surroundings to this special rose which now grows in my garden.
That's wonderful. So how did you come to be invited to New Zealand then?
Well, that's really because of two wonderful people. Sally Allison and Heather Knowles of the Heritage Rose Society in New Zealand. And since I was going to Australia, we worked together to find a possibility of my coming here as well.
That's wonderful. So do you think it's really important to rescue these old roses then, Andrea?
Is it
It's important to rescue these roses?
Absolutely, fundamental. We've already lost so many. We've lost thousands of these wonderful old roses. So now there's a great movement across the world to try to salvage and recuperate, find them, and identify them. That's the most difficult thing, is really figuring out what these roses were before.
Chasing the Rose, who should be the reader? that picks up this book?
Well, of course, obviously, people who love gardens and love roses, but this is a book for the general public. It's really a travel book. It's the story of a journey. It's not a book for specialists or for horticulturalists, or in any case, not exclusively for them. It's certainly a book that should appeal to a much larger public.
The rose is such an elegant flower, isn't it? That has a little bit of mystery. Do you think that's why roses are so special in so many different ways?
Well, the mystery, and of course their history. Each one of these heritage roses, old roses, has a remarkable history behind it. And I'm a historian by formation, and so that's certainly one aspect that got me into this story, trying to figure out the story behind these beautiful flowers.
So what is the work in progress at the moment for you, Andrea?
It's a book on Hemingway, so nothing to do with roses. I don't think he had any particular liking for roses, but yeah, it's a book on the autumn of Hemingway's life, sort of the last part of his life, the 15 years of his life, and he spent a lot of that time in Italy, and so. It's really about Hemingway's time in Italy and his writing and his loves and his friends. And I think there'll be a lot of surprises. One knows everything about Hemingway, but yet there's still quite a bit to be told.
Is it daunting, coming from a writer's perspective, to actually write about a well-known character?
Yes. Especially a non-expert of Hemingway like I am. So you're treading on dangerous ground, because there are a lot of, obviously, people who know much more about Hemingway than I do. But the same was true about the roses. Obviously, I'm not an expert in old roses. The little I know about old roses is what I learned during a year chasing the story of this particular rose. The same is true with Hemingway. You can't pretend to be an expert in Hemingway, but you might discover a few things, and this is what you're offering to the readers.
It's just another interpretation of the
well,
character.
and a part of the story that I think is missing.
Yeah, exactly. Well, wonderful tonight, because we would love to put out to everyone there, dashtickets.co.nz. Tonight you could actually win an event to actually see this wonderful man in person at the Christchurch Botanic Gardens at the Visitor Centre at 6:30 tonight. The tickets are only $22. That's to meet Andrea di Robilant, to see this wonderful book, but also to candidly maybe chat with you.
Absolutely, and they will be on sale at the event itself. So there'll be a limited sale of tickets at the visitors centres this evening.
What a remarkable setting as well, though, to be in the beautiful botanical gardens as well. Now, Andrea, you come from Rome, in the gorgeous Italy. We spoke a little bit about it. I've spent a little bit of time about you. But for everyone that knows Rome, we know the well-known, the sights and seas, but what is the essence of Rome to you?
Well, to me, the essence is my neighborhood, really, because, of course, there is the Rome that everybody knows, and then there is the Rome one lives in. And I happen to live in a neighborhood not far from the center of town, but it's a neighborhood that's now buzzing and that has a lot of new, wonderful architecture by the Tiber, but still has very much a villagey life and a typically Roman life. And I think, to me, that is the essence of Rome, rather than the Rome of the monuments that everybody knows.
Thank you. It's been wonderful meeting you.
Lovely
Grazie
to be
mille.
here. Thank you so much.
And if you want the essence of the rose, then I encourage you to buy Chasing the Rose. Stay with us after the break. We talk with the Shrinking Violet, Elora Hari.
Regardez-moi, le look était chaud au ciel.
Have you got creepy crawlies scurrying through your house? Or is your problem a bit bigger? Well, we can help. Being Canterbury owned and operated for 10 years means we've learnt a thing or two about our local invaders. We have the option of non-toxic chemicals to provide a healthier environment for you and your family while evicting those nasties. And satisfaction is guaranteed. So eliminate the problem quickly and safely. For a full range of services, visit our website, elitepestcontrol.co.nz.
Well, this wonderful lady has had a lot of media attention at the moment, obviously of losing all that weight, 55 kilos. In fact, Elora Hari, the shrinking violet, and she joined me last week. Take a look. Well, you may be looking at your lifestyle and thinking, I'm in a bit of a funk, and it's negative. It could be simple as your diet. Elora, would you say that could be the case?
Yes, 100 times yes.
With the paleo diet, you've talked to us through it about goal setting and what to cut out and what should be. Tell us about the whole lifestyle, because that's what you embrace it as, isn't it? It's a lifestyle, not just a diet.
Yes, well, I've said many times that I'll continue eating this way forever. It's just something that suits me and suits my body. So yeah, having it as a lifestyle is really important to me, because I always say a temporary solution is going to breed temporary results, but a permanent solution, like a lifestyle, is going to breed permanent results. So definitely in regards to the lifestyle and weight loss, it's really important to continue on, otherwise you'll just probably gain everything that you've lost back, which you don't want to do, and you want to maintain that health as well. But to get there, you've definitely got to create a very healthy environment for yourself, which can be really hard. When I first started, I was quite antisocial for a wee while, very much just determined about getting what I wanted done for a change, because you know, you spend so long caring about others before you care about yourself, that it was finally my time to look after myself. And so when it comes to creating a healthy environment, it's really important that you take a step back and look at who you're surrounded with,
right,
and what you're surrounded with. So the first thing, that's the easiest thing to change about your environment, is the ones that aren't socially related to it. So going into your kitchen and throwing out all the food that you're not going to eat in your new lifestyle.
Well, a new lifestyle, could it be that it's easier though if it's just you? How about if you actually have a family?
I get this question quite often. I've got, I do run 10-week challenges, and we do have whole families doing them. I've got wives who put all their husbands' little treats in a box and out of mind, and the husbands can go into their little treat stash and grab it. But as a whole, most of them just put their whole family onto it without telling them.
Actually, speaking of treats though, people may think that you can't have anything yummy and sweet.
Definitely not.
No, because you are the queen of finding the paleo baking that's yummy for everyone.
I am. So, I mean, I make chocolate cakes, I make cookies, brownies, cupcakes. I even make dessert sauces, all paleo friendly. Still a treat, but you know, you can get that sweet hit that you might be craving.
Let's talk about your sauces, because you are producing those in your kitchen, aren't you?
Yes, I am indeed. I make some paleo sauces, well, paleo friendly. One does contain butter, which isn't strictly paleo because it is slightly dairy, but it is primal, and I consume butter on a daily basis. And that is a salted caramel sauce, which is really delicious, made with coconut cream and coconut sugar and a bit of butter. And I also make a chocolate ganache, which is coconut cream and dark chocolate, and yeah, they're really good.
And are these recipes available to us then?
Not for the sauces, but
secret sauces.
yes, secret sauces. But definitely, I create recipes all the time for sweet stuff. I've made cheesecakes. I've made normal cakes, tarts, all sorts.
And the really cool thing about you, like I must admit to you, I was always a bit of a digger. These people that take photos of their food, it's so bizarre. But you have a genuine reason why you do it, isn't it?
Yes, very much so. I mean, obviously, I run the Shrinking Violet blog, so I take photos of all my food because, as I said, people eat with their eyes, and it's important for people to know what they're getting themselves into when they're going to make a recipe. And I'm one of those people that won't buy a recipe book unless there are photos.
I like this whole 10-week challenge. Is that online as well on your Facebook page?
That one's 10weekchallenge.co.nz. And we get a lot of people. I think we've got 80 women doing our challenge at this stage. For this year, we run them in rounds so that you're all doing it together. Everyone starts at the same time and finishes at the same time.
Great idea.
Yeah, and it's absolutely amazing. I mean, we had people in their first week. A lot of it is fluid that they're retaining from the processed foods they were previously eating. But we've had women lose like 5 kilos in their first week, which is just absolutely unreal.
That's staggering.
Yeah.
Great. So 10weekchallenge.co.nz.
Yes.
Simple as that. Have a great week, lovely. We'll see you next time, and good luck with changing everyone's lifestyle into the paleo world.
Yes.
Isn't she wonderful? And some great news that there has actually been a Beverly Hills plastic surgeon that has put his hand up and is going to be helping her out, but you'll find out more about that in the coming weeks. But now we head out to Rangiora Vet and we meet Taku the kitten.
At the Rangiora Vet Centre this week, we get some advice on bringing a new kitten into your family.
Well, this is Taku, and he's a 5-month-old male lilac point Siamese. So you can see he's very handsome. Now, he belongs to a family with young children, so he's pretty crazy. His name's Taku, which stands for try and keep up, because he is incredibly full of beans. Normally he's really talkative, so Oriental cats like our Siameses are very vocal, but he's being very quiet at the moment. Now, just little things with the cats. Obviously, lots of us have got cat doors, cat flaps, and on his collar here, you'll see he's got a little dangling mechanism. Well, that's a magnetic collar. So his cat flap has a magnetic latch, so only his collar and any other cats that he's got another cat that lives with him, only they can enter their own house. So another cat coming along that doesn't have the right collar can't get in that house. It's a really good idea if you live in an area where there's lots of other cats. You're not wanting to have every stray cat in the neighbourhood coming into your house. It can cause lots of stress for your own cat, so they're a really good idea. And the other really good idea when you're looking for a collar for your new cat and kitten is to have one that's stretchy or that can snap, okay? So this one will eventually give. If he was to dangle, it will give and he can slip out of it, so he can't end up strangling himself if he gets caught in a tree. So when you get a new kitten, obviously, you know, it's hard work keeping them inside. You've got to keep your doors and your windows closed. But for the first couple of weeks when you get your new cat, most cats will need to be kept inside for a period of time to allow them to settle into their environment. So after a couple of weeks, you probably, and if they're vaccinated, obviously you want them vaccinated before you let them outside. So when you go to let them out, make sure that they're reasonably hungry when you let them out, so that they're easy to get back inside. So just go out on the back porch or something where it's nice and quiet, not near the road. Sit out there with them and let them have a little look around their new environment, and then try and call them back inside by shaking a little bag of biscuits or rattling their food bowl and make them feel that they want to come back inside. Always keep them inside at night if possible. That's night times when they do most of their fighting. So we want to minimise all that sort of thing. So that's letting your cat outside. Other things like a cat of Taku's age, he's 5 months old now. He's starting to get his adult teeth. So Taku, you're going to show us your pearly whites. So these are, that tooth there looks like it's going to be wiggly and start to fall out soon. What's on this side here? Yeah, like his baby teeth are going to start to fall out and look quite wiggly. So just like in children when they teeth, they can feel like they might be chewing on things more, playing with things more. And because those teeth are wiggly and wanting to fall out, their breath can be a little bit smelly. It's all quite normal. If you're worried though, you know, you should always bring them in and let a vet have a look and make sure that they don't have an infection in their mouth at the same time. Other things to think about as your kitten gets a little bit older is getting them desexed. So from 5 months, it's perfectly normal, and especially coming up, it's now springtime, so he'll be starting to go through puberty, for want of a better word. It is puberty, to be honest. So at this time of the year, cats are long day breeders, and all the hormones start to flow around a bit more, so now's a good time to think about getting him fixed up so he doesn't go out there and try and pick fights with neighbouring tomcats. So yeah, having a kitten, there's lots and lots to know, but if you ever come into your vet clinic, there's always lots of information available. So good food, good worming, getting them desexed in a nice calm environment are the most important things for your cat.
Next week, we go back and visit a couple of Rangiora vets' previous patients.
Now just swept away with Rome talk and so forth, chasing the rose with Andrea. We have 5 double passes to give away to tonight's event at the Botanical Gardens. So that's at 6:30 at the Botanical Gardens. Now just call through to Marianne right now because we need to know quickly, 3777 033, and you will be collecting your double passes at the door at the Botanical Gardens, okay? So very, very simple. Now stay with us after the break. A little bit scared, yes. We've got a boot camp general joining me after the break. See you soon.
Espresso Car Wash. Bring back the shine with options from an express wash for just $28 up to a fully detailed interior and exterior grooming package from just $63. We also offer services such as interior shampoo, wax and polish, aircon treatment, odour eliminator, vehicle de-stickering, the list goes on. And don't forget our gift vouchers, no matter what the occasion. Espresso Car Wash at 5 great Christchurch locations. Corner Lincoln Road and Morehouse Ave, The Palms, Northlands, Ferrymead and the Hub Hornby.
For news, views and local stories, the Christchurch Star.
Opus is recreating the heart of Canterbury. From large-scale projects to commercial buildings. Your design, your vision. Opus.
Well, he doesn't look that scary, no, but he does have the voice for it. John Bird joins me now, boot camp master. Does it sound good?
Yeah, I like it.
You like it?
I like it.
Boot camps, they're a bit vogue at the moment.
Yeah, they've become really popular in the last few years. They're a lot of fun.
What fun? He
Yeah,
smiles.
well,
Look
for
at
me,
that cheesy
I'm the
smile. Okay, so very exciting. You're going to be working with the City Council, John,
Correct.
and having boot camps that will be either first thing in the morning or after work.
Right, either 6 a.m. or 6 p.m. For
Okay.
the people that are working all day, it's a good way to still get their workout in without any excuses.
So break it down for us. What does a boot camp entail?
It's a lot of the same things you might expect in a military boot camp, except maybe we're a little bit nicer. And we're able to work with different fitness levels at the same time. But you're going to get a lot of the same body weight exercises and drills, a lot of cardiovascular work. And it's great fun because you're working with a group of people, and making friends while you're there.
And is it a short amount of time but at high impact?
Yeah, we alternate between like high intensity intervals and then little rest breaks or stretching movements in between so that you can recover. But we generally try to keep things moving the whole time. And we keep it fun. So by the end of the hour, you've forgotten, how much work you've actually gotten in.
So it is 1 hour?
Typically, yeah,
Typically.
30 minutes to an hour depending on the class, yeah.
Is the key to break sweat?
I think it's a good idea. Yeah, I mean, it's, you're generally gonna get a good sweat going.
Wow.
In my boot camps, anyway.
In your boot camp. So what kind of exercises will we be doing during a boot camp?
We'll be doing bodyweight exercises, plyometrics, presses, lifts, anything that we can do, with minimal equipment. That's the other idea, is that you're able to work outside and not necessarily need a lot of equipment or the gym to do your workout.
So that's the key, and that's why, of course, the camp thing being out at a park, and that you don't need equipment to do it.
Right, and quite often it is outdoors, which makes it a lot more fun and enjoyable. You know, you can get outside in the fresh air.
Wow. So how long are the camps for? Is it something you should do with other exercise as an additional, or could this be your regular routine exercise?
It could be your regular exercise. I've had clients that was all they did. You know, we would do either 3 to 5 days per week, and they got amazing results. And that was about all they did during the, you know, the month of time. You know, lost weight, lost body fat. They did great.
Great. And that's a healthy body is a healthy mind, isn't it, John?
Absolutely. Yeah, it does increase blood flow to the brain. So I mean, there are mental benefits as well.
Well, I'm not sure if I'll be mentally benefited, but starting next week on Wednesday, John's actually going to take me through my paces.
Yes.
I hope he'll be a little bit gentle with boot camp, because John, as we said, will be working with the City Council. We'll find out more information to tell you all about it. But next Wednesday, watch this space. The table's going, the tights are going on. My goodness, what viewing for everyone else. Hey, thanks, John. Have a great week, and I look forward to next Wednesday.
Yeah.
Or do I? Really? Maybe not. Anyway, hey, I hope you've had a great day so far. Have a wonderful day out there in the afternoon. It's going to be a hot one, so make sure you embrace it. Tomorrow we have the runway models in here, and Peter Wasp is here talking gardening. Have a great day. See you tomorrow.